with an impromptu Monday evening stream. Wanted to jump on with you guys tonight because of what's going to turn out to be one of the most ridiculous moves I've ever had to make in all of the years that I played fantasy football. Like, I mean, I just can't even believe what I've had to do tonight to try to salvage a win this Monday night game between the Green Bay Packers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Before I get into the gist of the story, and then again, I just literally put the stream up. So most of you are probably going to watch this on replay. Hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. I'm going to quickly jump through the injury news of the day. We have, Devin Achane situation with his knee to add to the tumult that has been week 5 in fantasy football, of course, with, James Conner getting injured, Anthony Richardson gone for a while, maybe the entire season if he needs surgery. Just on and on and on. The injuries went. This Justin Jefferson. I mean, really big names. Travis Kelce, although he did return to the field. And then you have the Aaron Jones situation. So Aaron Jones, let me just set the backstory to this. All right. So in my work league, I'm 3-1, right? And it was going to be a tough week for me to win in my work week because Mike Evans was on a bye. Kenneth Walker was on a bye. I had no Amon-Ra St. Brown. So I really just want to try to steal the week. I made a small deal to pick up Jaleel McLaughlin leading into the game. So that obviously turned out to be a really good move right off the bat. And then going into last night, I actually had a really good day in this league yesterday. So I went into last night with a lead, and my opponent had Tony Pollard. And I had Aaron Jones left. Now, Tony Pollard did nothing last night, right? He had 8 fantasy points in a PPR league, which this is. So after Pollard's game last night, my opponent inched ahead of me. I believe it's 1.21 is the actual deficit. Let me get the exact number. So 26, 36, 46, 56. So 1.28 is his lead over me, right? But I have Aaron Jones, right? Okay, I'm good. I have Aaron Jones, 1.28. All right, whatever. Aaron Jones is coming back. He's got 13 projected fantasy points. I'll be good to go. Then, you start hearing chatter this morning about Aaron Jones. I mean, maybe he's not going to play after all. And so now I start to panic because I violated the cardinal rule in fantasy sports. When you have somebody playing on Monday, especially somebody with an injury question mark, you put them in the flex. The problem was in this league, I just didn't have any running backs really. So I started Jaleel McLaughlin. I have Kenneth Walker on a bye. I had Jones in the starting spot. The only other back I had was Tyler Algier. Now, at the beginning of the week, when it looked like Jones was going to play, nobody's going to play Algier, right? So I put Algier on the bench. I went with Khalif Raymond filling in for Amon-Ra St. Brown. I went with Khalif Raymond in the flex because I had Michael Thomas, A.J. Brown, and Rashee Rice at wideout. All 3 guys played well there. Khalif Raymond, only 7.5 fantasy points. I didn't consider putting Jones there and then starting Tyler Algier. I thought Khalif Raymond was a decent, last-minute pickup. It didn't pan out. Oh, well. But now, then I come to find out, around after 1 o'clock this afternoon, Aaron Jones is out. So now I have a running back 2 spot with nobody to fill it. So what is the first thing I do? I go to the A.J. Dillon owner in my league. He knows I'm over a barrel. And since he can only trade for somebody on my bench, he asked for Mike Evans. He's like, I don't have to help you. You're coming to me for a win. And he's 100% right. And I'm also playing the same guy next week. So he's like, why would I help you and also possibly strengthen you for next week? And that's why, I want Mike Evans. So obviously I wasn't doing Mike Evans for A.J. Dillon. It was just not going to happen. I actually thought about maybe offering Javonte Williams since I already had Jaleel McLaughlin, but he didn't even want Javonte Williams. So that's done. So now it's, who do you pick up? The only possible options is Zamir White, Amir Abdullah, and then Patrick Taylor, because Patrick Taylor was promoted from the practice squad. And when Jones was out week 2 and 3, Patrick Taylor was the running back 2, all right, not Wilson, All right. And Taylor is actually better than Wilson in pass protection, and he plays on third down. He can catch the football, and he's been with the team for a number of years. Do I go with him? Do I go with Zamir White, who's barely playing? He doesn't catch the ball. Amir Abdullah, on the other hand, has caught a couple of passes each of the last couple of games, but last week he did not see the field until the game was completely out of reach, and he's not going to get a single carry. So what did I do? I picked up Patrick Taylor, and I have Patrick freaking Taylor as my running back 2 tonight, looking to get 1.29 points. That's all I need. So that's where I'm at. That's the difference between a 4-1 start in my work league or a 3-2 start facing a tough team next week. I hate fantasy football, right? I mean, I'm starting Patrick freaking Taylor tonight, and he doesn't even have a projected score. But if you look back, and I actually did this because I had to, he served as the running back 2 when Aaron Jones, when he went out week 1, and then the next couple of weeks. So listen, it is a good chance. All he's got to do is literally catch one pass, right? I mean, that's all he's got to do, pick up a couple of yards. So that is where my fantasy fate lies tonight. I have Amir Abdullah also on the bench. But honestly, guys, I just, the fact that he doesn't even get a carry, Amir Abdullah, I'm just hoping for one catch somewhere in this game. It could happen. Maybe at the last minute I put Amir Abdullah back in, but I'm going to go with Patrick Taylor, thinking he's going to get a couple of carries. He'll play on third down. He'll catch a pass, hopefully. And then I can look back on this and just chuckle tomorrow. But what a complete shitstorm that I'm dealing with tonight with this Aaron Jones situation. Like, there's just no other way to look at it. So week 5 has been a real banner week already. Not only the bye weeks, but you have injuries, guys out left and right. I mean, it's just a complete disaster. And as far as Amon-Ra St. Brown, Emil, I didn't hear anything about him being out long term. So Jeff Wilson is also coming off the injured list. Listen, we got to see what's going on with Devin Achane. So he's got a knee issue. Let me see if there's anything new on that. Achane has a knee issue. Not sure if this is anything. Maybe it's just a precautionary thing. I don't know. Randy, I just went over the whole story. And I'm not going to stay on long, so you can always replay it later. But I'm going with Patrick Taylor at running back 2 over Zamir White and Amir Abdullah. So it is update. It's an MCL. See, this is news to me. I didn't even see this. James Conner was a mess for me. I'm 5-0 in my other league. Yeah, Randy, good. Well said. I didn't see that on Achane, guys. So it's an MCL, huh? Let me look. Wow, that sucks. I didn't see. Is that official? Because again, I didn't see anything there on that. But anyway, getting back to the story. So I'm going to go with Patrick Taylor. It's just a joke. I'm probably not even going to watch the game because I just can't stomach this. And it's great. I think it's fucking great that the guy who had AJ Dillon asked me for Mike Evans. Totally great move. I understood it. I didn't even take an insult to it because he's basically giving me a win by trading me AJ Dillon. As much as we all, AJ Dillon sucks, he's going to get more than 1.28 points, right? I mean, he's just got to fall forward a couple of times. I thought it was just great that he asked me for Mike Evans for AJ Dillon because he completely had me over a barrel. I completely understood it. So, no insult there for sure. Mark, I won. I'm in my friends and family league. I'm 5-0, but I lost Jefferson and Conner to injury. So we'll see what transpires there. My other league, my work league, I'm 3-1, down by 1.28. And I'm going with Patrick Taylor as running back 2. Long story. I talked about it already earlier today. That's what I'm forced to do right now. Debo holds. I think Debo is, he's got a lot of name brand, Mark. I stand by my assessment that he's the third target in this offense behind Kittle and behind Ayuk. He's going to get a couple of carries here and there, and he's always hurt. So I think he's a sell for me. But he still carries a lot of heft in his name brand. Down 14, have Musgrave starting and one more flex spot. I'm not sure who to pivot to. Patrick Taylor, Renfro, Abdullah. I would go at Renfro, actually. I think so. Yeah, I think Kelsey will be there. Listen, he came back during the game, and that screwed me too, because in this league that I'm chasing up, 2 points tonight, my opponent had Kelsey. I'm like, Kelsey's out, great, and then he comes back and he catches a touchdown. Running backs, go for Kenneth Walker for Cooper Kupp. That looks good to me. Somebody to think about. Yeah, I mean, listen, and that helped me last night. Tony Pollard only got 8 points, and that last catch he had that went for 25 yards is what put my opponent just barely ahead of me. Who would you trade Debo for? Which wideout? So the problem is you're trading a wideout for a wideout. Instantly, alarm bells are going to go off. You're going to have to package a running back in there. Maybe Keenan Allen you can go for. Somebody like that. Jalen Waddle maybe. Who would you trade Jahmyr Gibbs for? You're not going to get a lot for him. The market is way down on him, and rightfully so. Here's the other thing. I don't know if anybody saw this. Hey, Terrell, how are you? Yeah, he's very efficient, and he scores a lot of touchdowns, Randy. So Travis Etienne tweeted out yesterday that he was playing himself in fantasy, and he wrote the shaking my head or whatever he wrote there. So he's down 25 points right off of the bat yesterday morning because he's playing himself. And Etienne had a huge day. I think it was 25 PPR points. And I thought it was great. I thought it was hysterical. But the next thought I had is, why is he not owning himself? So he met with the media today, and apparently he missed his draft. So he was auto-drafted, talking about Etienne. And, he didn't wind up with himself. But, I mean, come on, Etienne. Get on, open up the lines of communication, get on the phone, get yourself. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta get yourself on your team. My best bet tonight, I think Romeo Doubs scoring a touchdown is a really good bet. And I went 4-1 with the picks this week, so I'm definitely proud of that. I traded Etienne for Gibbs and Waddle before the Gibbs news almost caught me. Yeah, I mean, not the best deal, unfortunately, Randy, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So Jefferson, and it will be Addison to the moon. So Jefferson. As a Jefferson owner, I'm concerned. So Kevin O'Connell spoke at the media today and said he had to console Justin Jefferson. So that the radar goes off when I hear that he had to console Jefferson. So this is no twinge. This is probably at least one game, maybe more, dare I say it, if he had to be consoled, right? I mean, gosh, so many big names just went down this week. It was just crazy. You trade Atwell and Gerald Everett for Jacoby Myers. Yes, 100%. Atwell, I know he scored, but, he's going to be way down the totem pole. Flyer on Keaton Mitchell. Yeah, Keaton Mitchell reminds me of Devin Achane. He's got that small, speedy game to him. So I would definitely pick up Keaton Mitchell. Jefferson's situation is super ugly. Contract year, don't want to make it worse. Yeah, I mean, and the team sucks. So, if he's out, do they listen on Kirk Cousins? This is going to be a really interesting trade deadline. A lot of big name guys, I think, are going to be on the move. Jermaine, I don't know why they didn't unleash him. Maybe going forward, but I still, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk is not going to go to the Jets, Randy, and I'll explain why in a second. So, Saquon Barkley, especially if you're a Saquon Barkley owner, you're screwed because he's coming back to the worst NFL. There might be some college lines, certainly some college lines that are better than what the Giants are putting forth all week, every week. And Barkley is in big trouble there. So as far as Kirk to the Jets, it's not going to happen. And the reason why, there's a lot of ill will between the two sides. When Kirk was a free agent 3 years ago, he openly admitted on television that he used the Jets to up the price, the amount of money that the Vikings gave him. And he bragged about this. So Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets, was very ticked off about this. And so, I mean, has enough time gone by that maybe that will change? I don't know. But, he's going to be a free agent after the year. The Jets are going to bring back Aaron Rodgers next year. So it would just be a rental. I don't see a fit there. I just don't. Should I sell Breece? No, do not sell Breece Hall. Breece Hall is top 5 the rest of the way. Keep Tua Fields. Keep Tua. That offense is just so ridiculously good. And again, Justin Fields, I mean, the matchups he had the last couple of weeks were just cake. So, Those might have been two of the worst defenses in the entire NFL. What's the most ridiculous move in fantasy? I missed it. Oh my God, Lex. So I have Aaron Jones tonight. I'm down 1.28 and Jones is out. And I had him in the running back 2 spot, not the flex spot, because I had no other running backs this week with the buys. So I had to pick up Patrick Taylor. So Patrick freaking Taylor, who's either the 3rd or 4th back on the depth chart, I'm starting him tonight in fantasy football. I also picked up Amir Abdullah. I don't know if I'll flip that at the last minute, but that's what I'm looking at to get 1.28. That's all I need tonight. One catch and a couple of yards will do it. That's it. So, I mean, this is going to be painful to watch tonight. Packers defense, should I take them out and pick up Musgrave? Yeah, if you're going to win, I always do that. So if you're in the lead and you have the defense going, as long as it's not less than 2 points. If it's less than 2 points, that can get a little scary with stat corrections. Then I would leave him in. But especially with a defense, though, like if it was a player less than 2 points, then I would definitely play it. If it's a defense even less than 2 points, you got to be careful of the negative points. So I would sit the defense no matter what, as long as you have the lead. Feels for Achane a fair offer? Yeah, I think so. You just don't send it until you get information on the knee, though. Top pickups, Mark. We're going to save that for tomorrow. But certainly, Justice Hill, the backup running back for the Cardinals, they're going to be up there. Need help? I have Brees, Gibbs, Jerome Ford, and Roschon Johnson, who's now the running back one. Devontae Smith has been bad, guys. He's been bad. He's like wide receiver 90 right now. I can only start 2 running backs, 2 flex. Who do I sell to upgrade? I think Zay Flowers you can sell because he's putting up points every week. Devontae Smith is playing so badly right now, and I don't think it's all of his fault, but, they don't throw the ball a lot. When you have Goddard and A.J. Brown there, it's tough. So I would look to move Zay Flowers because at least he's been consistently good. D. Smith, Achane, Najee Ferguson got Tyreek before these games. Wow. You didn't really – you gave up Achane and Smith, which is a lot, but I see why you did it. You gave up a lot. Achane could be the league winner of the season for sure, and Devontae Smith is not as bad as his numbers have been, but I do like the bold move of getting Tyreek Hill. I can't argue with that. But they give Kelsey a shot of something, and the adrenaline kept him. Yeah, he's going to be hurting today. His life is really freaking good, though. Let's face it, right? He doesn't lose no matter what. Listen, he's an older player, right? This is the one thing that we had to worry about as a first-round pick. I chose to ignore it, even though I didn't get any shares of Kelsey. I was willing to do it at with the middle part of the first round. Just didn't work out that way. But he's getting up there in age. And Aaron Jones, listen, I have Aaron Jones in one of my leagues. I did violate my rule about, 27 and older to avoid. I only did it because the tread on his tires is not as bad, as some of the backs his age, but they're the soft tissue injuries. Here we go. Aging back, aging receiver, same thing. I really want Kyron. His usage is insane. Yeah, the usage is good, Randy, but, I'm not somebody who's a fan of his. And 2 of the last 3 weeks, he hasn't done very well. And now with Cooper Kupp back, they don't really have to use him as much, right? They can just keep on being a very pass-heavy team. So JT and Zach Moss, yeah. So that's interesting to me. This is something that is really, really intriguing to me, Zach Moss, because Zach Moss was balled the fuck out. He was unbelievable. Zach Moss has done nothing to lose his starting job, but Jonathan Taylor just got paid a boatload of money. And but I do think with Richardson out, he's not running. Obviously, Gardner Minshew runs a little bit, but not too much. I think it can work between the two guys, Jonathan Taylor and Moss. Would it be 50-50? I think it would be more 60-40 Taylor once the rust is off. But as a Jonathan Taylor owner, that's not ideal for you either, right? But Moss has been good, and he's still a flex play going forward. Hawkinson's going to blow if JJ's out. Hawkinson and Addison are both to the moon. Running back Ron Connor's going to miss time. The guy with the funny name. He's the backup now. Listen, the team's been playing over their head, although they got, sent back down to earth a little bit last week, talking about the Cardinals. I wouldn't go crazy chasing the running back. They should trade Moss if they're smart. Yeah, but they're not going to, and I don't think they would get a lot for him, Randy. It's probably better that they did just keep him. Mercado. Okay. So I mean, you can pick him up. I mean, there's some leagues, like one of my leagues is just like nobody available. So I might make a play there, but I'm still checking to see. I haven't gotten, usually the guys that are connected to the team start posting stuff about, you running back usage tonight, Patrick Taylor, or is it going to be this other guy, Wilson? You know, man, Patrick, Emmanuel Wilson, there's the other guy. So, yeah, I don't know. But honestly, I really have no choice. I'm not starting Zamir White. Is it possible he falls into a touchdown or even gets enough carry? Yeah, probably. But Zamir White doesn't catch the ball. So that's why I went with Patrick Taylor. Can Fields keep it up? Yeah, I mean, listen, they've unlocked something. Something is working. Whether they went back to the drawing board, I don't know. It's not like he was, he was running more, but yeah, the schedule is not bad. I don't think Roschon will be available next week. Fire up Foreman. Yeah, the concussion, I'm not sure about that either. Foreman could be useful in only a standard league, though. Judy's definitely getting traded. Maybe, not sure about that, but he had a good game. The target share was way up last week, so Jerry Judy is starting to look better and better every week. Almost every person concussion protocol. Yeah, Tank Dell. I had Tank Dell in one of my leagues too. Yeah, in the league that I was 5-0, I lost Dell, Jefferson, and Connor. All three of them, and I still won because I had huge games, out of Jalen Hurts and some of the other David Montgomery. My backs played really well. Darren Waller actually was good. We have a $1.99 super chat from Stephen Drakes. Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate it as always. Thank you for the super chat. Would you drop Charbonnet for Jeff Wilson? Probably not. They still have Achane and Mostert ahead of them. Wilson's okay. He could get traded. There's a very crowded room there. Salvin Ahmed's still there as well. I think Charbonnet's, he's only one. He's already pushing for 50-50 share, and he's only one Kenneth Walker injury away. And Walker, even going back to college, always misses time. The next injury is always right around the corner, Steve. So I would not do that move. But thank you again for the super chat. Patrick Taylor's your play. Dylan sucks. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any Packers fans in this room, but please let me know. Is it Patrick Taylor or is it this other kid, this Wilson kid? Who's playing on third down? Who's better at pass pro? Let me know. Spears or Roschon? That's a tough one. Spears is really playing well. He's really playing well on a per touch basis. Roschon, not so much. Khalil Herbert's not going anywhere. Once Herbert's back from his injury, it'd probably be a couple of weeks. I think he's going to be, back to being the starter. I would say Spears. One more. Would you drop Elijah Moore for Josh Downs? Yeah, I would. It's enough waiting for Elijah Moore, right? I like Elijah Moore. I do like Josh Downs as like a Jarvis Landry PPR kind of guy, wide receiver 3 strictly. He's not going to score a lot of touchdowns at all. But Steven, I do think it's time to drop Elijah Moore. Deshaun Watson did not practice today, guys. So that's another injury situation we got to look at. It seems like everybody is hurt. We targeting CD. I did the video this morning on CD Lamb. I'm still bullish. They got to go back to the drawing board offensively. We knew Mike McCarthy coming in to run the offense. It was a problem because he likes to run the ball. And he's not a very imaginative play caller either. So that's the concern I have there. Ferguson's a new toy as well. He's playing well. They have Brandon Cooks. Michael Gallup's playing well. There's all of a sudden quite a bit of targets for a team that likes to run the ball. So I'm a little bit concerned. He's not going to catch those numbers, literally, those numbers he had last season, talking about CeeDee Lamb. But I still think he's going to be really good. It's like Spears is the number one only because, yeah, Steven, you nailed it. You hit it right on the head there. I think that. And listen, Derrick Henry deserves that respect, right? But this team's not going anywhere. Ryan Tannehill has been just god awful, so bad. It's just not good. Are we targeting Keenan Allen? I would. I think he's playing a little bit over his head. He's going to have to deal with double teams now because no Mike Williams to stretch the field. Josh Palmer, who should be used every week now going forward as a wide receiver 3. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge now for Keenan Allen going forward. All right. I don't see anything about Patrick Taylor. And again, if there's any, I have Palmer on my bench as well. If there's any Packers fans in here that knows this team really well and can tell me, is it going to be Emmanuel Wilson? Is it going to be the kid there, Patrick Taylor, I don't know. I hate one flex leagues. I have tons of stuff. Yeah, that could be difficult. Green Bay fans calling Manny Wilson. I got bad news for you. Wilson sooner. I mean, see, I'm getting different. I'm getting different answers on this. Oh man, Patrick Taylor again. Let me see what the projection is on Emmanuel Wilson. So Emmanuel Wilson, there is still no projection for Patrick Taylor. So for Emmanuel Wilson, and I don't think he's going to be the next guy up. Emmanuel Wilson's outlook right now today is 2.5 fantasy points. I mean, that's, he didn't get nothing last week. The week before against New Orleans, 2 carries for 6 yards, and in week 2, 3 carries for 5 yards, literally 1 catch. Yeah, I'm going to go with my gut. Listen, if I can't get 1.28 points or 1.29 points tonight, then I don't deserve to lose, right? It's just not. But I think it's hysterical, the guy who had A.J. Dillon asked me for Mike Evans. Like, I would have done the same thing, totally. Who am I rolling with flex? Jacobs or Jacoby Myers? Josh Jacobs. Listen, he looked good last week, Johnny. He looked really, really good catching the football. I believe he had 8 catches in that game. So that was Josh Jacobs from last year that we saw. So I feel a lot more comfortable starting him, as your running back one. Jacoby Myers has been good as well. He's got a nice thing going with Jimmy Garoppolo. What does Devontae Adams do? So I am interested in watching this game tonight, but I don't know if I can stomach watching A.J. Dillon carry the ball 11 times for 25 yards. And you know what? If you're LaFleur, you have to realize that A.J. Dillon just sucks. Like, he's just not any good. So why not give Patrick Taylor a shot, right? I mean, I know I'm trying to wish it into existing, but I mean, the evidence is just obvious. I'm down about 30. Need Jacobs and Adams to give me that Monday Night Miracle. 30, it's possible. I mean, 15 each from those guys. I could see that happening. And it's the worst, guys, when you need points on Monday night. It's the worst when you're chasing points Monday night. Every drop, every pass going to a receiver that's not yours, it's just torture, right? It's just the worst. Or when they give it to a fullback on a draw who scores a touchdown, a guy they never hand the ball to, like yesterday in Denver, the 2-point conversion had Jaleel McLaughlin. He didn't get it. They gave it to some fullback I never heard of. Stuff like that. I take the Evans for Dillon trade, but I have a gentleman's agreement for another fair trade next week. There's going to be – he was serious. He wanted Evans. He's like, why am I going to help you? And I'm playing this guy next week. So I get it. And then I'd have to face Evans next week. So no. 5 and Adams left. He has Watson. You should be good. Listen, it's Romeo Doubs has been the number one guy. What's going on with Dillon? His talent is there. He's not cut out for the NFL. A.J. Dillon is a really good college player who's not cut out for the NFL. The problem with A.J. Dillon is, and he got away with it in college, is when he gets the handoff, it takes him a second to get up to speed, right? When you look at Devin Achane, he's literally at top speed in like one step. A.J. Dillon, it takes him a couple of steps before he gets going. And it's just not enough time to clear the line of scrimmage, and that's why he gets stuffed as much as he does. When he can get that momentum going, then he could just bulldoze people. But he doesn't. He's got stone hands. He has no speed, so it just doesn't work in the NFL. What do you think? Jermaine, you're going to be good with Adams, but as long as he doesn't get hurt again. Paulie for the night, Green Bay, 2.5, Dobbs and Myers, 50+ Dobbs, 4 receptions. I think the 4 receptions is good. Myers, 50+, that might be a little dicey. Green Bay plus 2.5, I like it. Dobbs and Myers, 50+. That looks pretty good to me. Chasing points on Brown Steelers Monday night week 2 was the worst. Had Najee and more struggled to get my final points, won by a point. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, I mean, listen, it doesn't ever seem to go well for me in these Monday night scenarios, but we'll see tonight. Going to be 1 of 5. Even having great depth. Every single week I've lost someone as boom. This week, Jamar Chase. Oh man. Yeah. So Alex, in my work league, the highest scoring team, the two highest scoring teams in my work league played each other. So the loser would have beaten all other 10 teams except for the person they played. And that sucks when that happens. Like, there's just nothing worse in fantasy. I'm not talking about real life. In fantasy terms, there's nothing worse when you outscore everybody else in your league but the opponent you're playing. It's just a waste of a week. Everybody balls out. And then chances are your players are not going to do as well the next week, and you might just lose again. Like, it just sucks when that happens. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. 2 streams for today. I'm pretty shot. I'm going to research this great Green Bay situation. Wish me luck. Good luck, guys, if you need it. Wish it into existence. It's going to happen tonight. Think positive. Live stream tomorrow, Waiver Tuesday, so make sure you join us. Hit that subscribe and the like button. I will chat with all of you then. Take care, guys.